What kind of world do I want my children to grow up in? What kind of world do I want my daughter to grow up in? I want her to grow up in a world that's real, surrounded by people that she loves and who loves her, in a world that she can explore and be curious about, in a world where technology is a tool and not a controlling force, in a world where people still try to be good. I think becoming a father or being a father gives you a different perspective in life, and it somehow shifts your priorities around. I suppose as parents and even as corporate leaders, we've got a responsibility to our next generation, so to speak, in order to create the kind of world that we want them to grow in. What kind of world do I want my daughter to grow in? I don't want my daughter to grow up in a world that's totally dominated by technology, where screens and phones and technology just rules every part of our lives. While I'm a great believer in moving forward and being agile and dealing with change and so on and so forth, I'm also very conscious of the fact that having this kind of technology rule our world robs our young ones of curiosity. It robs our young ones of opportunities to learn how to deal with reality. I would like my daughter to be able to be the one who's in control of technology rather than the other way around, where technology controls her. Other than that, I think the people around us play a crucial role. How do we try our best to make sure that our children grow up to be values-based, to not lose sight of the fact that as people, as humans, we are responsible for one another. So for every decision that we make, I think we really have to be conscious about the values that we are demonstrating to our young ones. Because the little ones look to us as gods. And they look, and mama and papa, when they're really young, can do no wrong. And it becomes really dangerous when we do wrong and they think that that's not wrong. It's made me a lot more aware of really implementing the things that we talk about during our leadership programs as parents, making it real for our kids. The third thing that I would like my girl to grow up in is a world that's still natural. For her to be able to go out and still explore the trees, the forests, the rivers, have the thrill of going into a crystal clear river and trying to catch a fish, being able to walk into a forest and feel totally alone without being lonely. Got to be very conscious about our own habits, whether or not just by the decisions that we make on a daily basis, we are continuing on this slippery slope that every individual thinks has got nothing to do with them. We used to think that an individual wasn't that important, but we've reached a stage, I would like to think, where the tipping point isn't that far away, where the environment is going to reach a stage and it's going to fall off the cliff and we won't be able to claw it back up. That one day it's going to come back and bite us really hard. And the scary thing is that it may not even bite us, but it's going to bite Elora and William and all your kids. And that's not going to be too far away. It might be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it might be next year, but it's going to come back and bite us.